Hello, I'm Magda from I'm a Little Creature. In this video I would like to show you my sewing project because I start learning how to sew the toys or other things. And in my video about sewing I'd like to share with you my finding. Some time ago I bought my first sewing machine and I started learning how to sew toys. Firstly I sewed this cloth, my pattern, really easy. I used scraps, clothes, my son's clothes. I painted this eyes, cheeks, so this is my first project. And then I made this bag. It's really nice pattern. I use it for my crochet picture alphabet here, and in the video description you'll find the link for the bag pattern. I also finished this numbers, but I'll tell you about the numbers in my future video. I recommend you to subscribe my channel and watching my videos. So let's talk about the book I found. It's the theme of this video. So Cute to Cuddle by Mariska Vos-Bolman. Sorry if I didn't pronunciate it properly. This book includes great patterns for toys and I started working on them. I can't show you the whole book because I respect the copyright. I would like to recommend you the book and tell you about my first toys I made with the patterns. In the video description you find the link to the author's website, Mariska Vos-Bolman, DIY Fluffies, where you can read more about the author and look at her toys. This book, this is a David and Charles book published in 2014. This is on the copyright note. Look at the last page. You see the book includes diagrams inspired by Japanese craft books and full-size templates. Patterns are really easy to follow, even for beginners. I'm happy to purchase the book, and I hope the designer doesn't mind if I will show you only the table of contents. You see, this is first page, really nice layout. I like it very, very much. This is the toys you find in this book. Here's a quick look, and you see the contents. The book includes 12 patterns: Joey the bear, Wooksy the owl, Missy the koala, I made it, Brody the dog, I also made this cute dog, Kitty the cat, Emma the girl, Emilio the boy, Gronk the monster, Patrick the monkey, Tyler the tiger, Mary the hippo, and Daron the dragon. You see also tools and techniques, basic toolkit, fabrics, stitching techniques, stuffing techniques, really useful to following this pattern in these books. And patterns to templates here. Just a quick look. You see, and about the author, acknowledgements, fabric suppliers, and index. Look at these beautiful toys. The designer wrote in the introduction that the toys are ordered according to level of difficulty. Book layout is really nice. Instructions are illustrated with the pictures. I like all the patterns and I'll try to sew them all. When I finish, I will share with you my toys. This is Emma and Emilio. I will show you just these cute pictures. Joey the bear. It's the easiest one, as the author ordered the patterns. Wuxie the owl. Oh, you see Missy the Koala. Brody the dog. Kitty the cat. Emma the girl. Emilio the boy. Grung the monster. Quite funny toy. Patrick the monkey. I like this fabric pattern very much, but I couldn't find a similar, so probably I'll choose the other pattern on my fabric. Tyler the tiger. Mary the hippo. Darren the dragon. This is the most difficult in this book. I can't wait to make it. It looks really nice. And here you see tools and techniques, stitching techniques, stuffing, patterns. I showed you that. Now look at my toy, Missy the Koala, based on the pattern in the book. It's quite easy to make, as I'm the beginner. She wears a dress, it's the body and bow. The materials I used, it's grey minky with the dots for head, limbs and tail. White cotton fabric with a pink and black hearts for the dress, its body and bow, and the black fold for the nose. In the pattern the designer used black fold for the eyes. I decided to embroider the eyes, and this is my first eyes done in this technique. It's not so difficult, so probably I will use it in my next projects. I used a piece of material. Firstly, draw the eyes with a pencil on a piece of white cotton. It could be Aida cloth for embroidering. And I used embroidery hoop. I embroidered the eyes with a thin thread, 3 colors. Started with blue and white, then embroidered with black thread. I embroidered the edges with a black thread. I made split stitch, and I embroidered white reflections in the end. I also drew the eyelashes on a cloth, but I cut only the eyes without eyelashes, and eyelashes were embroidered in the end on a minky fabric. So when I embroidered these eyes on the cotton, I cut these eyes and pinned onto the koala's face. I had to find the right place for the eyes and nose. I sewed the eyes, embroidered eyelashes, and I'm thinking of embroidering these eyebrows also, so probably I'll do this. And I embroidered smile. Smile is embroidered with a scallop stitch. I did it asymmetrically. It was my idea to do this in this way. Patterns are gathered at the end of the book, as I showed you. After making a copy of the pattern, I drew it with the markings on a pieces of chosen materials, the wrong side, and cut it out. Pattern pieces are without seam allowance, so it's needed to add the seam allowance after drawing the pattern out of fabric. Everything is explained in the pattern. For Koala, working with the minky fabric wasn't so easy, and after cutting the parts I had to make basting stitch. It helped me to sew both sides on a sewing machine. Sewing all the parts is not so easy. I had difficulties with the sewing limbs on the sewing machine, and I think it would be better for me to hand sew the parts with ladder stitch on the right side. In my next project I used this method and I found it helpful to attach the parts. As a beginner I had more control to sew the little parts by hand. I also used the ladder stitch to sew head and body. As you can see, unfortunately I made a mistake while sewing the dress. After sewing all the parts I realized that the hearts in the dress pattern, the front part, go upside down, and here's the right on the back, at the back, so but I had to leave it as it is. All in all, I like this koala. For me she looks a bit like a cute mouse, but this is koala. Really soft. Write in comment what you think of this toy based on the pattern. Have you made the same koala following this pattern in this great book? Share in comments. And now I told you something about the Brody the dog. It was more difficult to do for me. The designer used following materials: linen fabric for the main parts, body, head and tail, a cotton fabric for the ears and patches, and black felt for the eyes and nose. I used a jersey flower on a rose background for the main parts, a cotton fabric for the patches and ears, brown color, and I embroidered the dog's eyes, only two colors, white and black, in the same way I described you for my Missy the Koala. Additional material, fusible webbing, also was used. I used it for the first time and I followed all the instructions how to cut the parts and use fusible webbing for patches. So I sewed all the parts together by hand, these little parts, not in the using the sewing machine. Thanks to this I had more control over the sewn elements. You see the dart in the head, at the head here. Oh, and I have to embroider clothes on the paws. It's just marked with the pencil. I forgot about it, so I have to make it. Today I will do this. So here is Brody the dog. So far I made these two projects and I can wait to find more time to sew something more on my sewing machine. Please write in comment what you think of these sewing toys and what you think of this book. I recommend you to try if you like sewing. Thank you very much for watching this very first video about my sewing projects. I hope there will be more videos and I could show you my finished objects soon. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel, and see you in the next videos. Bye!